So I'm still in the midst of chapter 3 of Fool's Assassin. And I just love being back with Fitz, but I want the Fool, god damn it. But with that said, Caitlin, don't listen to this. Caitlin? Sorry, I read the word and it didn't process in my mind. Kate, don't listen to this. Anyways, yeah, so I'm in the midst of chapter 3, and it's amazing how deep my frustrations with Fool's Fate, the very end of Fool's Fate, of like, god damn it, Molly and Fitz and all that shit. And then it simultaneously inexplicably, but also yeah. Anyways, the when Molly tells Fitz, when he's going right before he goes through the memory stone, "Come back to me as soon as you can," Molly whispered. "I hate the days when we must be parted. I hate the duties that still tug at you, and I hate how always they seem to tear us apart. I hate your dashing off at a moment's notice to do them." She spoke the words savagely, and each was a small knife plunged into me. Then she added, "But I love that you are the kind of man who still does what he must do. Our daughter calls, and you go to her, as we both know you must." She took a deep breath and shook her head as at her flash of temper. Fitz, I'm still so jealous of every minute of your time, and as I age, it seems that I wish to cling to you more, not less. But go do what you must, and come back to me as quickly as ever you can. But not by the stones. Come back to me safely, my dear. And, dear readers, in that moment, in that scene, I don't know why, but that made me very emotional, and it's making me emotional just like reading it again. I don't know, I just have this incredible fear for Molly. And yeah, and I just know that if something happens to her, it's gonna destroy Fitz, and then me by extension. Yeah. I don't know why I got emotional. Just by reading that. Um Already, Robin Hobb is making me rethink narrative choices at the end of Fool's Fate. Um she's kind of not correcting things, but like giving more context and making you rethink your perceptions of characters. Uh, Again, not that I didn't. I by far from hated Molly. I love Molly. I don't understand the hate she gets. But it was the just the just quickness that she seemed to latch on to Fitz. Yeah. But anyways, so I am up through chapter 5 of Fool's Assassin, and I am on the verge of tears again. Matt, don't listen to this. Um. Yeah. Just I love. I mean, I never understood the the hate that Molly got. Because I've loved Molly. Like, has she been perfect? No, but I've enjoyed her character, and just I don't know. I don't know how to formalize and verbalize how I feel, because words are hard and feelings are hard. But I'll just read a couple quotes. This is from chapter 5. Chapter. I think chapter 5. Yes, chapter 5. Chapter 5 is a very long chapter. Molly tells Fitz, you think I'm mad, and I suppose I can hardly blame you. For years I thought I was a dried up husk, never to bear again. I did my best to accept it, but I'm not. This is the baby we've hoped for, our baby, yours and mine, to rear together. And I don't really care how it's happened, or if you think I'm mad right now, because soon enough, when the child is born, you will know that I was right. And until then, you may think me as mad or as feeble-minded as you please, but I intend to be happy. And that just... oh, that was beautiful. I just love like, Molly never changed, even though she was given a title and this estate and stuff like that. She's still Molly. And, they mention how the servants respect her because she doesn't abuse them by, calling for them in the middle of the night because she has a craving for something. And I love Molly. And when Fitz finally, it's interesting, when Fitz finally, kind of accepts, not accepts, but, like, there's this kind of compromise where Molly's like, I will pretend that I'm not pregnant outside of this nursery, but you have to pretend that I am inside the nursery. And there's this kind of, like, limbo state. And then finally, when Molly goes into labor, or what Fitz thinks that she thinks is labor, Molly tells him, I labor to bring forth your child. If you won't be any help, then leave me, she told me savagely. I couldn't stand it. I rose from my seat beside her, turned and walked as far as the door. There I halted. I will never know why. Perhaps I feel that joining her in madness would be better than letting her go there alone. Or perhaps that joining her would be better than remaining in a rational world without her. And that's just a really beautiful thing that Fitz has done in that moment. And it's just really nice. And then she actually has a baby, which is, I did not expect that. And it's just so tiny and so small, and I don't know where it's gonna go from here, and I'm excited, but not excited. I'm interested to see where it's gonna go, and I hope this baby survives and grows and is everything that Fitz and Molly want her to be. Yeah. Angela, don't listen to this. I just finished chapter 10. And, I don't want to say that I love the chapter, but I was already thinking it was going to be, one of my favorite single chapters in this entire series. Because of, just B. And, and her experiences, and just the just the ostrich, just the how different from everyone she feels, and how everyone treats her, all the other kids. So then when they start beating her up, but yeah, her becoming a white prophet and having to go down and choose a path, and seeing all these paths, and seeing all these roads that intersect, and says, I could not make it happen. I had to allow it. I had to let the path form around me from the words I tried to say and the taunts they flew at me. The moment came when I could have fled, but I was both too afraid to move and aware that only this path led to where I longed to go. And I thought it couldn't get any more worse and yet beautiful than that. Then Molly died. It's just it's just a beautiful way to send her off. She's in the garden with her daughter that she always wanted, with Fitz. I mean, obviously she already had Metal, but this daughter that they longed for. And the bee just stays with her until Fitz finds them. His grief mirrored mine exactly. There would never again be anyone like her. Never anyone who would love us so completely with so little reason. I gave myself over to his grief. I sprawled on my back on the earth and watched the sky darken. And the summer stars began to appear in the deep blue sky. And then they try to take me. And he says no. She is mine now. Cub, come here to me. I will take you in. And then she tells him when the bee to the earth does fall, the butterfly comes back to change all. And it just, with Molly, leaves the last remnant of, I think, humanity that Fitz can hold on to. Because he reverts back to that animalistic side. He really just, he refers to his cub, and he's just not only loses his humanity, but at the same time it seems like he just kind of, he's invoking or going to that kind of the night eyes animalistic wisdom side to kind of save himself in a way and maintain his sanity so that his grief doesn't take over and make him mad. And fuck. I hope that I do not regret falling in love so quickly with this crow. Soar, I think it is? No, that's Webb's new whip partner. I don't think they've mentioned the name of the crow. Either way, I hope that the mention of crows being ill-omened and all that stuff means that I will again be saddened by falling in love so quickly with this crow. So we shall see. Chills, just straight up chills. Yeah, from Starling's song to finally the hi George. Yeah. Dutiful saved us all. He shook his head slowly as I stared up at him. Never is over, he proclaimed to the crowd. He looked down at my upturned face. I stared up at him. I saw keen shrewd and keen verity there. My keens looking down at me with earnest sympathy. Fitz the Fool, farseer, too long have you sojourned among the alderlings, your memory spurned by the very people you saved. Too long have you been in place where the months pass as if days. Too long have you walked among us in false guise. Deprived of your name and your honor, rise, turn, and face the folk of the six duchies, your folk, and be welcomed home at last. That's just fucking beautiful. So, obviously, with my little message, I just started the chapter 10 of Fool's Quest. And the epilogue, the apprentice is the frickin' bird, Motley, the crow. So obviously some shit's gonna go down with the bird. I'm curious who the bird is, what their assignment is, but at the same time, I'm hopeful from the aspect that I have gained his trust and his confidence. I know that was the sole aim of this exercise, but I will tell you also that I feel I have gained a friend, and for that, my good master, I thank you as much as I thank you for my other instruction. I am... Oh no. Shit's about to go down, I feel like. I mean, shit's already going down because poor B. Where's B? There's been too many chapters without B. Still Fool's Quest. Still, I think, chapter 10. I don't even know, like, how many pages I've read at this point, but, oh, God. I'm literally cracking up right now. It's when Fitz comes into the, Shades, like, chamber, and Ash is there, and, Fitz, Fitz is like, I gotta present myself. As Fitz chivalry farseer, the wooded bastard returned from a sojourn among the elderlings. Last night was one thing. They were taken by surprise, but tonight Shade has said I must give them the hero, the fool said quietly, not the prince, the hero. He turned to Ash and spoke as if I were incompetent to answer. What is he wearing? Ash bristled just a trifle. The clothing I chose for him earlier the day. The fool says I'm blind. The fool reminded him tartly. Oh, I beg pardon, sir. Just, I don't know why that cracks me up so much. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to walk back my my first message, like, when I was talking about the epigraph. I don't know why I was thinking that was the bird. That's Ash. It's definitely Ash. It's talking about scuffling feet and stuff. Although I guess that could still be the bird. I don't know, but I don't know if it's like a human in bird form. I don't know. I guess, read and find out. So. Alright, I'm going to walk back my my first message, when I was talking about the epigraph. I don't know why I was thinking that was the bird. That's Ash. It's definitely Ash. It's talking about scuffling feet and stuff. Although I guess that could still be the bird. I don't know, but I don't know if it's like a human in bird form. I don't know. I guess, read and find out. So. Finally, almost 200 pages later into this book. Yeah, so Fitz finally knows that something has happened at Withy Woods. So it is past midnight. Holy crap, it's almost 1 a.m. Holy shenanigans. I need to go to bed, but I also want to read, but I also need to sleep. So, oh dear God. So I feel like an idiot. You know how it's all like, oh yeah, Miss Motley, the crow, I love it, blah blah blah. I just realized that the crow's on the cover of this book. Oh, I'm so observant. I dreamed a nut in a wild river. I saw someone pull it from the water. The nut was set down and struck many times to try to break it, but it only got thicker and harder. Then someone crushed it. Flames and darkness and a foul stench and screams came out of it. The flames wrote words. Comes the destroyer that you have made, and a great wind swept through Claris and picked us all up and scattered us. I swear to God, if B fucking dies, I'm gonna fucking go to Robin Hobb's house, and I'm gonna rage quit. But I'm pretty sure she's gonna die in this book because she's the nut, and someone's gonna crush it, and I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Okay, so obviously I'm up through chapter 8, but one thing, so one of two things. So one thing that I can't stop thinking about is Spark / Ash can sense the elderlings in the city. So Lant, Fitz, and Spark can sense the elderlings, but Perseverance can't. So that means that Spark has the skill, a little bit of it. So that means that she is part Farseer? Question mark? I don't know. We'll figure it out, I guess. I'll find out. The other thing is, like, because I'm up through chapter 8, it feels like this feels like Robin Hobb is gathering all, like, beloved characters together for a send-off. Not only, I don't know, like a send-off and a goodbye to the reader, because, they're going on the Tarman, and you see we're gonna meet Leftrin and Elise again, and they're gonna be going on the Paragon once they get to Treehog, and it feels like a goodbye, but it doesn't feel like cheesy, if that makes sense. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I have. So I'm through chapter 16 of Assassin's Fate. I am continuing to really enjoy it. I almost bawled. I did start tearing up a little bit when Fitz was reading B's dream journal to the Fool. I thought that was just a really beautiful little scene. And then there was another scene with Paragon when he's talking to Fitz. This is after the the shenanigans, I guess. And this is when the Fool gives Paragon, or after the Fool gives Paragon the silver. And Paragon tells Fitz, because your vengeance is a dragon vengeance as well. As dragons, I cannot bear you there. Only as a ship can I transport you that far. So we all go together to take the vengeance that is owed to us, and then we will be free to become what we were always meant to be. And then a little bit later, he says, I know you now. There's no avoiding me if I wish to speak to you, but right now I will say only this. Do not thwart her will in this or mine. To Claris we go, to make an end to those who tormented her and stole her child. And then we return to Kelsingra, that I may become dragons. Go now, fetch what she sent you for. Reassure Brashen and Althea as much as you can. That last he said as if he were asking me to be sure his cats were fed while he was away. How could he feel so little for them? And Paragon responds, would you rather I hated the ones I have served as a slave? And I mean, damn. Like, I already loved Paragon, like, with Live Ship Traders, but how Hobb is still able to build even more character work on this live ship is incredible. And then the whole, like, the warring aspects of his two dragons and how he just, it was really uncomfortable to read Paragon just almost assaulting Vivacia. It was just really uncomfortable because it just brought back everything that Kenneth did, and it was just, ugh. Yeah, it was just really difficult to read. I wanted B to be, like, I wanted B to get away, but stupid freaking Vendalar. I hope that she's able to get him to turn on Dwalia, but I have no high hopes for that. But yeah, so yeah, so they're I liked I'm continuing to like this kind of like this kind of goodbye that we're getting, a farewell to all of the characters from Realm of the Elderlings. But again, it's like it's built into the story really, really well. And they're not just there for, like, what was it that Chaudia said? Fan service. There you go. It doesn't feel like fan service. But at the same time, it just feels so nice to see all these characters again. I really like what Althea said after Amber / the Fool asks, "So, you have forgiven me?" Althea gave her head a short shake. "Not any more than I've forgiven Kenneth for raping me, or Kyle for taking Vivacia from my care. For some things there is no forgiving or unforgiving. They are simply a crossroads and a direction taken, whether I would or no. Someone else set my feet on that path. All I can control is every step I take after that." And that's why Althea is so great. And, well, one of the reasons why she's so great. Yeah. So, continuing to really enjoy it. Up to chapter 17. I want to read more, but I need to go to sleep, so alas. And unfortunately, I have to do a conversation with you, Derry, and Matt, in Madison tomorrow, so I'm going to make a biting but joking comment about y'all pulling me away from this book. So, anyways, I'm gonna go to bed now, so. Yay, this book is great, but I'm also scared to finish it, but I also want to know what happens. Yeah, there's so much stuff going on. Like, I don't feel emotionally drained like I have in previous books. Well, more particularly in Ship of Destiny and Assassin's Apprentice. Those were the two that I was, like, emotionally drained. And then, obviously, Fool's Errand for that one scene. But, like, I don't feel like, I haven't had, like, big emotional moments as of, like, watch probably the next chapter I'm gonna have, like, be bawling or whatever. But like, I haven't had, like, you know, that kind of, I don't know, that hit maybe yet, maybe ever in this book, I don't know, that I've had with previous books. So, like, there's just so much stuff going on. So it's not that, like, it's emotional, it's just more that there's so much. And it's not draining, it's just there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'm just trying to, like, not necessarily wrap my head around all of it, but, like, I'm trying to just take it all in and enjoy it all while I'm reading it, if that makes sense. So, Caroline, please stop listening to this, unless you've gotten to this point, obviously. I don't know how far you are in, but, I hate Paragon Kennitson. Little fucking prick. Oh, God, I want him to die so bad. He is the absolute, like, worst combination of Kenneth and Kyle. Like, I didn't know there would be characters worse than Kenneth and Kyle. And then Paragon Kennitson happened. And I fucking hate him. On the flip side, I absolutely adored, I think it's in chapter 17? Yes, chapter 17. When, I absolutely loved it. When Bee just threw down her, as she put it, I threw my shields aside. And she tells Vendalar, like after Vindalar takes the skill, or drinks the skill, he's like, I see you now. I, being B, retreated smaller and smaller, shell tighter and harder, but he followed me effortlessly. And he's just taking layer after layer from her and peeling away the secrets. And then it had been so long since Wolffather had spoken to me, but suddenly I knew what he would tell me. Cornered? Fight. I threw my shields aside. No, I snarled. It is you who cannot hide from me. And she just completely envelops him and controls him. And that is just so... Oh, that was so powerful. Not only for her, like, in her skill and her abilities, but just such a powerful moment to read. And I loved that. And her saying, you cannot master me, I told him, pushing the thought at him with every ounce of strength I had. You cannot break my walls. And then I slammed shut the gates to myself. And it's just so, that is so incredible. I love that. uh, I didn't expect to cry. Oh. Shade is gone. But I didn't expect to cry over him. But I have. I love it that in a way Robin Hobb kind of sent him off as a kind of hero because he was able to reconnect Fitz with B in the skill. And yeah. Fuck. Shade's boy wept. And I know the Fool has these visions and dreams of Fitz dying, and I'm 99.9% sure he's gonna die. And I just hope that the way he goes and the way that we get to say goodbye is the way that Fitz wants to go, and which is into the skill. Because after Fitz skills to Nettle, or after they're done skilling, when she tells him that Shade has died, it says, I drew myself away from her as if we were unclasping hands. For a time longer, I floated in the skill. I wondered if some remnant of Shade remained in this flow, some ghost of Verity, or perhaps even my father. I had encountered presence in the skill. I was not sure what they were, only that they were far larger beings than I was. Larger, richer, deeper, more fully formed. At an L? Ancient elderlings or skill users who had acquired more presence than that flow. And then that's what he goes in to try and see if maybe B is there in the skill. And yeah, I am a being of snot right now. So yeah. I think on top of obviously Shade being gone. Just that Nettle feels so... Just the descriptions, he didn't seem to understand why we had kept his daughter away. He was so confused. He would talk to Shrewd's portrait. Oh, Fitz, I fear he died thinking I was needlessly cruel, that I had taken his daughter and his magic from him simply for meanness, simply to control him. And just this ever, like, I feel like it's a universal feeling of regret when someone dies, regardless of how old they are, of what they could have done, what they should have done, what they did do, what they didn't do. And they just want to make sure that, you know, unless you're a horrible person, that you want to make sure that the person knows that you cared, that you loved them, that you want to give them peace in those final moments. And yeah, it's yeah. And when Nettle asks Fitz, "Oh, Da, does life ever become simple?" And he responds, "Only for a few moments, my dear, only for a few moments." Yeah. This can't be the way it goes. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm trying to breathe. Oh, shit. B's a fucking badass. But we already knew that. How's the hunting where you are? It's better. It'll be better with you. This can't be the way he goes. We still have like 200 pages left. What happens? This can't be the way he goes. I am going to bawl happy tears. I hope. Hope. At the end of this book. Cause, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cause Fitz is alive, and he is the silver man who is carving his heart. And I hope that means that we're gonna get a happy ending. Vanity is such a strange thing. They mourned me, and I was warned that they loved me. As someone who, as a character who feels like he doesn't deserve any love, he realizes in his... he accepts their love in his supposed death. But, anyways, I greatly would love to finish this book tonight. but it is 12:30 and I have to work tomorrow, unfortunately. So, yeah. So I have read, though, how many pages have I read? I think I've read, like, I don't know how many pages I've read. I just know that I read a lot, so, yeah, well, that was emotional, and action-packed, and crazy, and fucking bananas, but, I still have 120 pages left, so, well, what the fuck else can she do? So, I was just telling Angela this, because she's doing Patreon readings for Rents. I don't, like, I don't know how to feel about that ending. I don't feel mad about it. I don't feel, like, content about it. I don't feel sad about it. I don't feel, I didn't, like, other than when Fitz, like, quote unquote, died originally, when he was trapped, like, obviously I sent you guys the fucking ugly sobbing messages. I didn't cry at all. Like, it was, I don't know, I have a feeling it probably, upon reflection, it's gonna hit me even more. And again, I was telling Angela, like, it's not that I feel, like, it's not that I don't feel anything, that I'm apathetic. I'm just, like, and it's not that I'm just, like, whole, gobsmacked, where I don't even know how to feel. I don't know how to describe it. But I will say that I absolutely and utterly agree that it couldn't have ended any other way. And actually, you know what? It feels like a sense of closure. That's what it feels like. The ending and how I feel finishing this series. It feels like a sense of closure. And considering the themes of, like, grief and connection and stuff like that, I just, again, I felt, I felt, or in this case, I did not feel alongside Fitz as he was putting himself into the wolf dragon, which, by the way, B calls it a wolf dragon. Is it a wolf or is it a dragon, and will the wolf stay, like, is it implied that the wolf is gonna be staying around forever? Yeah, so, anyways, yeah, and it just feels like a sense of closure. What B did, that was the thing that, well, now that I'm just looking back on it and thinking about it, or looking at the pages, it's making me tear up. Oh fuck. Okay, I guess this is what people talk about when they fucking ugly cry at the end. Uh, that that she lied to the fool and called him stupid and said that she was writing her dreams to try and hurt him. She lied. I lied to hurt you, for letting him be dead while you lived, for being loved by him more than he loved me. He loved you more than he ever loved any of the rest of us. Stupid again. Asking stupid questions. Go with him, go now. It's you he wants and not me. Go. And, part of it is, I mean, the greatest lies are the ones that have a truth to it. And I'm sure that that's definitely how she felt. And, I wonder, in those last moments when she says, go with him, go now, it's you he wants, not me, go, she used the skill on him to make him go. I mean, it doesn't say it, but I can just, yeah. And I fucking love Perseverance. He is he's just a special young man.